What's up, y'all? It's Erica. It's Monday. We down here. We talking about Real Housewives of Potomac. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment. Let the diva know you stopped by. Let's talk about Potomac. It was a lot. You know, it was a lot. Out to the diva I saw at the grocery store yesterday. Saw one of y'all down at the grocery store yesterday. What's up? Thank you for saying hi. You know, people see you, they don't speak, you know. So thank you, Diva, for saying hello. I hope everybody had a good weekend. I started watching the Heaven's Gate docuseries. I watched Ready for Love. Is that what it's called? Ready to Love? I don't think I'm going to finish watching that. And then Put a Ring on It. I watched that. So we can probably talk about that tomorrow. So let's talk about Real Housewives of Potomac. I took a lot of notes. There was a lot going on last night in that episode. Overall, the episode was it was a good season finale. That was a lot at the end. That was a lot. I don't know what they're gonna do about Michael Darby. That was too much for me. It was more than any other husband has ever behaved ever in the history of the show, besides Apollo Nida. That's the only one who's acted a plumb fool at an event or something like that and has acted out of control. But I mean, I guess that's what y'all want on these shows, because it's okay, right? Okay, so we start off with Robyn planning the party. I was doing her interview and they asked her about her involvement with the proposal and what's the plan, and she's like, I don't know. So she ends up calling Juan, and it was funny because she was talking to him. He was like, what's up, G? His voice. I was like, yes, Juan is so fine to me. I don't care what nobody says, but he ain't shit. So the phone dies or was breaking up, and she was like, when she asked him, do you have cold feet? The phone started breaking up. So it was really funny. The timing was great. Monique, in the next scene, Monique is at Ashley's therapist, this black woman, and she's asking her about her situation and asking her how she feels about everything going on. Monique mentions the counterclaim, and it has turned her life upside down since then. She says there's a lot of people with opinions about how you should feel. There's a people with opinions about how you should feel about this. She starts crying and she says no one wants to be isolated. So she does, to me, that is like feeling bad, not for what she did, but like feeling like you're being left out, like on the schoolyard. That's how girls fight each other. I'm telling you, y'all know, y'all are women, y'all fought your little friends in elementary school. Social relationship that women have, and that's why Monique said at the beginning, let's ice Candiace out. That's how women, girls, that's how they fight. And so now you feeling it, now you feeling like, that's why I feel like that fight, it might have triggered Monique, because you might have been triggered to the part where you were on the playground with your home girl, and this girl is laughing and spinning and drunk in your face, and you might have been triggered like, oh my God, I feel like this is happening to me again from elementary school, right? Because we see she still applies logic from elementary school. When somebody says to hit you, hit them back, or when somebody does something to you, hit them back. So she's still applying that logic. So all of that makes sense to me. Everything she was saying made total sense to me. She said, I feel like I'm always in defense. I've been saying that about Monique for a long time. When she's around, it just seems like everybody is tensed up and she's on the defense about everything. And it's always snappy. She's always snappy. I've been saying it from the beginning that Monique doesn't present her authentic self. I've been saying that from the beginning. And she asked, was she remorseful?
All of this. Are you remorseful for what happened?
I'm remorseful for my actions, but I am not sorry for defending myself when I felt I needed to.
Every time Monique spoke in her interviews when she was defending her actions, it reminded me of a child. So I do think we're dealing with somebody who's operating on that level throughout all of this, and we're just going to have to accept it that Monique is operating from an elementary school mindset, or either a trained animal, because only a trained animal would be provoked into action based on somebody's words. Only a trained animal with a brain able to manipulate, that you could say something to them and they will respond the way that you've commanded them to. That's the only thing that I'm going to think of. She's standing in it. She's remorseful for her actions, which makes no sense. And then later she says they were in a mutually consented fight. A mutually consented fight is something that Mike Tyson does, right? That's something Floyd Mayweather does, right? They call you Monique Mayweather, so you know that's, maybe you got that in your head. A mutually consented fight, girl. What? Okay, Monique, whatever. You and your trapper keeper, girl, whatever. Okay, we gonna let her have it. Ashley is taking pictures of Dean, who's at his 5 months. Y'all don't like it, y'all. I'm telling you something, right? Y'all did not like it because I kept calling that baby Little Jim Crow. And y'all did not like, somebody gave me a history lesson in the comments. So as I called that little baby Little Jim Crow, and now he had on that little black outfit, and he looked like he worked on, like, he looked like a little butler on like a train or something, a steward on a train, running through Jim Crow South. I don't like his microaggressions. Candiace gets to be the victim. What is this wig shift? He always acts like he doesn't understand what's going on. I don't like Michael Darby. And Ashley says that Michael doesn't like Candiace and Chris because they raked him through the coals No, Michael raked his own self through the coals. Ray and what's his name? Chris were the only ones to call him out. Chris Samuels didn't say nothing to him, and Juan didn't say anything to him. You like them. You love Chris Samuels is always with the shits, and so is Juan. But Ray, you don't particularly like, and what's his name? Like Chris, you don't particularly like. And you could tell you don't like him because you was getting real personal and saying you don't know him. I don't know his name, but you know he has a restaurant, enough to say that his restaurant has failed. I don't know if Chris's restaurant has failed, but I know Oz is closed. I know Oz is shut down. I know that. So then Ashley says in her interview, I just want to flick them away. I was like, okay, see, they don't like them. They don't like them. Candiace, please, girl. Don't you ever. Candiace and Ashley, anytime one of them is up on stage, it is going to be pageantry, a competition again, and somebody's always going to say something slick. It's always going to be a competition between them as long as they're on the show together. Sitting down with Michael, and she goes, speaking of Juan, he's planning to propose. And he was like, well, I know something. I've said too much already. What Michael was doing was very intentional for the cameras. I don't I don't know if y'all can do it, but Michael is fucking creepy. And this is the most that he's been in an episode all season. And he's just really gross. It just does not, like, even talking about it, I feel it like right in my stomach. Like I feel so much disgust when I see that man on the screen, because he not only represents his disgusting life, it reminds me of how white people get into spaces and think that they're better than the black people in the spaces. And like people said last night, Ashley's so white identified. Rodney said just because you sitting on Michael's lap, he got you thinking that you're smarter than everybody in the room, and he embarrasses you every season. Every season he embarrasses you. Every season. And this episode just goes along it. I don't know how anyone could blame Candiace for this at all. I don't know how, because even after Candiace left, Michael kept the party going. So I don't know how y'all doing that. But she was like, does Robyn need to know something? And they're just being real messy in the scene. Candiace and Aunt Dottie, they're going to get their nails done. Candiace has a revelation that she says she made a mistake in looking at Karen as a mother figure. Flashback of her giving honor to her mother and to Karen as they stood next to each other. And it's fair. It's fair if you looked at somebody like the way that Monique thought that Candiace was her friend, whatever level of friendship she was holding Candiace to the point where she physically fought her. Candiace, how come Candiace can't feel like, damn, I thought you were closer than that to me. I've honored you as an elder. I look up to you. And I've said that before about Candiace, that Candiace really sees Karen as like an easygoing mother figure, not so hard up and pent up like Dottie. He was like, I'm gonna move in with you. And have you never heard of the retired parents moving in with an adult children? She was like, child, you got 2 other children, child, go move in with them. I know that's right. Karen goes to HSN. She does her ladam. She was in the closet talking to Ray about the situation at the party and why they left so early. So she says in the group text, she sends a text to the women to show them the timeline of how she told Candiace and Monique to come to her party. What she failed to do, and what Candiace lets us know later, is that after those texts were sent, a phone call was made. So while you guys are looking at texts for timestamps, you didn't look at the call log to see that a phone call was made and she told her to come. 5:15, 5:30, here we are, another fucking Scooby-Doo case. At the end of the season, we got to figure out what's what. But at the bottom line, Karen is a liar. And she's been a liar since season 1. Like, she been lying and she can't get her shit together. The Kentucky Fried Chicken story, that was so awkward and weird. I was like, girl, what the fuck are you even talking about? You seem like you're lying. I don't know why she would lie about an airplane, mechanical airplane, but honey, you never know. These fucking women are crazy. And like I told Diva the other day, every single one of these women on this show is pulling a stunt in the show, and I can't take it. Everybody is, I just can't take it. I don't know. Anyway, she shows the text, doesn't even mention the call. So you lying. I don't like that. It turns out that they were just 7 minutes apart. So they could have ran into each other if Candiace wasn't running late. So did you call Monique and tell her to come early since Candiace said she was running late? Like, what the F? And when Monique left, Ashley was there. Unless Ashley showed up right after Monique, and then Candiace showed up right after Ashley, because they showed Monique leaving and Ashley was already sitting in a chair when Candiace got there. So if they were 7 minutes apart, either Ashley was there already when Monique was there, or she arrived right after Monique left. Because that didn't look right. Unless y'all get y'all editing together. Robyn and Juan is sending the therapist. They're going over the history of their relationship, and what I can just basically gather is that Juan feels like, fuck it, I put you through so much, the prize should be me. Isn't that how it goes? The niggas put you through so much. At the end, you are accepting that the prize is them, right? You get me at the end. I'm gonna marry you. That's what you get for putting up with all my shit all these years. Juan didn't even want to say that he cheated. He can't even get his words together. Everything needs to be unlocked for him, because he still can't even say that he cheated on Robyn. He can't say it. He's mumbling. He doing all of that, and the therapist was like, say it, finish the sentence. Finish the sentence, bruh. What was you about to say? Well, that was when I said, Juan, you can't even talk, child. So basically, you were an absent father, you were an absent husband. Robyn, y'all had these babies in the midst of it being in a rocky marriage. You are not, since you're absent, Robyn puts up her goddamn wall, and it's because she puts up her wall, you didn't get the affection and the love that you didn't deserve, hello? And so you went and cheated on her. That's what I got from it. That's what I got. So you wanted affection. He was like, I had love, and he was looking off. He was looking off in the distance. I said, oh, that's when Robyn started crying. I should not laugh about that. That was not funny, Erica. She was sad, but she wouldn't even cry, and that was fucked up for me, because I'm like, it's so messed up that this man could hurt this woman in this way, and she can't even really. Now, she probably done cried a plenty tear, okay? She probably done cried her damn eyeballs out and bloodshot, okay? But she wasn't allowing herself to cry. They have a lot of work to do. Robyn and Juan need to be in therapy, like continuous ongoing therapy, at least once a month or something, so they could like check in, because I could see them not communicating and being just like, this is my friend from fucking high school, we've been friends, we've been fucked forever, we have children together, I owe it to her to be with her, I've been put her through so much, her parents did everything for me, I didn't put her through, I mean at the end of the day, what are we gonna do? We got kids together, here we are, we in our 40s now, so we might as well fucking get married. We ain't getting no young girl, we might as well do this. Because that's what it seems like to me. I just want to make her proud as I grow as a man and grow as a father. I want to be a better partner. Yes, okay, great. I hope that that's the case, and it's wonderful. But what it feels like to me is like he's paying a debt. Like, girl, we might as well fucking do it, because this is where it's been forever. So they're getting ready. They're on their way to the party. Candiace and Chris are in the car talking on the way there, and she's practicing and making these sounds and stuff. And she was like, I'm not going to be doing any yelling tonight. I said, okay, Candiace. Her ass was hollering at Karen. I said, oh my God. Even Ray was like, because Ray and Chris, the only two who hold Michael Darby accountable, Ray and Chris were at the bar talking, and when Candiace started hollering, you could see Ray and the thing going like, what? Candiace was hollering really loud. She was. But Candiace didn't start that shit with Michael. Let me tell you what Michael Darby was doing. Michael Darby was a bitter, jealous, ex-girlfriend, side chick behavior. He was all in that energy regarding Juan, and people were saying last night, oh, Gizelle was making a joke. No, she's right, because that man been on Juan's ass from the beginning, and his dick from the beginning. So yes, Crocodile Dundee, you was mad because Juan is getting married to Robyn, and you didn't like it, and you was acting like a plumb fool the entire night. So you was looking for anything. You already was talking about Chris. To me, I feel like you did that intentionally so that you can act like Chris hit you or touched you, because you told Ashley he hit you, and then you told Ashley he pushed me, and then Ashley but we gonna talk about Monique Doe. Girl, what? Cal shows up with Gizelle. Cal has been supportive of Gizelle every single season. I had asked even Diva the other day, like before Cal had made a scene this season, I was like, we haven't seen Cal this season. We seen him. Cal was there. Cal was in the mix. Cal was sitting right behind Karen when they was hollering and screaming. Cal was sitting there laughing and cracking and cackling with Gizelle when Candiace's song wasn't coming on the screen. They was cackling. It was a lot going on at this party, honey. They really could have just had the party, and that would have been enough for us. Michael sees Juan and tells Michael, it's always a pleasure to see you. They want to know, is Jamal coming? Gizelle is looking, hemming and hawing, looking crazy. She said, well, you know, his schedule is stupid. Anyways, Michael is all in the women's business, you know, like Peter was. The way that everybody said it was okay. How, you know, Nene said to Peter, you in the women's business. Michael was doing exactly the same thing, making comments about things, telling Gizelle that she needed to move. You and Gizelle don't even have a relationship like that for you to be talking like that. Like, that's the thing, is like, I feel like the women of Potomac make a comfortable space for Michael Darby, and the people who don't make a comfortable space for him, that he doesn't like, which is Candiace and Chris, and rightfully so. And like Chris said, I was with Chris because he was like, you can disrespect your wife all you want to, but you're not going to be able to talk about my wife crazy. You're not about to do that. And he talks crazy, and there's a lot of things. He said something about these low-life guys. He said something like that when he was walking to the back. So Michael has this thing. I don't know what it is. And you can say, well, he likes Juan. Yes, a lot of white men love BBC, or what they would think was BBC. And it's not because they like black people. You are an object to them. Something to use for their pleasure. That's it. They don't love you, okay? The way that Michael was acting the entire night. That's what he was on. I'm a bitter ex-girlfriend. I'm going to say little things to drop little hints there. I'm going to cause an argument. I'm all this just crazy. Like, that shit was crazy to me. But somehow that was Candiace. I don't understand, because when Candiace went over to talk to Chris, she wasn't being loud. She was like, what's happening? And he was like, whatever Michael did. And she went like that, but then she turned around. She was like, oh, him, whatever, and turned around, and she was about to put her hand over Chris's mouth, and I was like, please don't do that. That is a pet peeve of mine when I see people doing that to adults, putting their hands over somebody's mouth. Don't do that to me. Don't do that. She wasn't yelling. It was Ashley who yelled across the room because Michael lied to her and told her that what's his name hit him and then pushed him. So that was Ashley. And then Candiace started yelling. I'm already mad, and you coming at my husband. You haven't even said anything. You just looking for an excuse. And you see all of the words that came out of Ashley's mouth. She's been wanting to say that to Candiace. All of that. Oh, Monique is out of control, but you out of control, and now you mad because your wife got beat up. All of this stuff. Robyn and Ashley and Gizelle are sitting there. And they were talking about Karen not coming, and they were saying how Karen kind of set Candiace up. And I didn't see Ashley at any point say like, no, I don't think she set him up. I just think she got it. So it's so many conflicting how these alliances work on Survivor Potomac, is because Ashley is in the bed with Gizelle and Robyn for whatever reason. Karen is not in the bed with anybody. She's not. Neither is Candiace, and neither is Wendy. Okay? But, I forgot about Monique is in the bed with Ashley. We already know what that situation is. If there was an opportunity for Ashley to straighten up that Karen did not set up Candiace and Monique, she could have said it right then. Like, no, I don't think Karen did that. But because Ashley doesn't like Karen, she gonna let it fly. Like, oh yeah, it was a setup. Because she didn't say nothing. I noticed that. I was like, okay, Ashley was there. But then Ashley was in on the little, like, she's embarrassed. She don't want to come to the Christmas party because she's embarrassed and all this other stuff. Ashley was right in there. So I don't know. Like I said, I feel like this show is like, because the women are not friends, it's just too much. It really is too fucking much. I feel like tearing these notes up and ending this damn review right here. It's too much. It's fucking too much. It is too much. It's too much. And Michael says, I don't do liquor anymore. I'm not causing any trouble tonight. He did just that. You're going to get Candiace to sing. You making comments like that. Like, why are you making comments about Candiace? Why you got all these little jokes about Candiace? Your wife can't sing. And then Ashley, as soon as Candiace is done singing, Ashley goes, oh, that's a go-go beat. You could put yodeling over a go-go beat and it would be a bop. So what? How come you didn't do that with coffee? Because that was a flop. Ashley, you're a hater. You're a hater. You're a hater. And that's all you are. You and your husband are haters. I don't want them on the show anymore, y'all. I do not want Ashley and Michael on the show anymore, because I don't even feel like Michael even respects none of the women. And that's what Chris keeps saying, and nobody is listening. And I don't like the fact that all of them are making it comfortable for him to be around, and he's done things to their producers and cameramen and things like that. I don't agree with that. I just don't agree with it at all. And they keep giving Michael chances after chances. Like, he keeps coming back. That's why the behavior doesn't change. The behavior doesn't change because there's no consequence, and he just keeps doing what he wants to do. It's crazy as hell. Juan, to me, looks uncomfortable at some points with Michael, but then he says to Michael, we're gonna go to a bachelor party, just you and I. Like, I don't know, this shit is weird. Anyways, Karen's not here. Robyn was like, I'm fine with that, because she tried to throw Juan under the bus. And then it was funny because Robyn said and lied on Watch What Happens Live and said that Juan don't drink. But Juan was at that party and he was like, I'm drunk. So what is it? I don't know. See, this is what I'm talking about. What the fuck? Like, y'all... Ashley and Gizelle go off to the side, and she was like, you know, Michael said something when I told him about Juan proposing to Robyn, and he was really adamant about how he felt that there was something up. And she was like, well, what was it? And then he was like, well, I asked Juan what was going on tonight, and Juan said nothing special. Nigga, who the fuck are you for him to even share that with you? You're not his friend. Like, yeah, you know that Juan and we have a special relationship, and Juan didn't say it was going to be a big night, and we know that Juan has been reluctant, and maybe it won't happen, and all this other stuff, just acting like a jealous, drunk ex-girlfriend. You know how they show on movies, or that might happen in real life, where you are friends with somebody is friends with the person getting married, and they've loved them this whole time. So when they get to the engagement party, they act a damn fool because they get drunk and they start saying things about the person. And I've always loved him, and he knew that I loved him. And, you know, we have a special relationship, Juan and I, you know, drunk. And then you start drinking hard liquor, whatever. Party was a lot. Sharice showed up. Candiace started to sing. They didn't have the volume up. I'm wondering why they didn't do a mic check or whatever. Michael grabs the mic. He proposes. Michael was all leering in the back, walking back and forth, doing all this. I was like, oh God, this fucking creep. And y'all just let him on the show. Y'all just let him just do what he wants. And then that's when Gizelle was like, oh, you just hate me because you wanted Juan all to yourself. So Michael and Juan start doing shots. And here's to the bachelor party. And he was like, just you and I with no cameras. Oh my God. You know how disgusted I would be to find out that Juan was fucking with Michael Darby, like in any way or any capacity that would put him in the position for that man to say something like that about him. I would be so disgusted. I would be disgusted, child. Oh my God. They was pouring out liquor for Karen because Karen wasn't there yet. And Gizelle and Sharice, they talking shit about Karen. Here comes Karen. She walks in with her husband, honey. And they sit down. And then Ashley asks, why did you leave your party? As soon as they start talking, Sharice gets her shit and she goes to the bar. Like, I don't even want to be in this shit. And Robyn's like, you know, I'm going to be honest. I thought you wasn't coming because you didn't want to face the music. And Karen's like, well, I forgive all of you. Girl, what the fuck are you even talking about? See, I'm already annoyed. Like, girl, shut up. What are you talking about? You're forgiven. Forgiven for what? You walked out of the party. We're telling you. And listen, Karen can invite Monique wherever the hell she wants to. Don't lie and try to set people up to meet, to have a run-in. Don't do that. Especially knowing that they have some shit in court. Hello? Don't put them together. Said the truth will come out. I'm like, what is she? That's why I don't like Karen Huger, because she speaks in riddles and she's not forthcoming, and it's too much to try to figure out, Nene, what you are saying, because you don't speak clearly and you're too old of a woman. You want to be the matriarch of the group. Then demonstrate that level of maturity to speak with clarity and intention, bitch. What the fuck is wrong with you at your grown ass age that you can't speak clearly? The truth will come out. Bitch, what is the fucking truth? Because you were there. See, I'm getting mad too because you were there. What the fuck are you talking about? The truth. Bitch, you saw it. What are you fucking talking about? That shit is dumb as hell. That shit is dumb. Candiace starts yelling like I'm yelling. Like, girl, shut up because you lying. Candiace, you need to get up and start. Why I really want Candiace to say what it is that she wants to say. You another one. Crying. You are crying because you're not able to express what you want to say. I want you to figure out how to use your fucking words too. Because I feel bad when I saw that damn reunion trailer and she's at the end crying, her neck is all wobbly, head all back. I said, you are crying that much. Say what it is that you want to say, girl. Get it out. I'm so tired of this show. I'm glad that it's over. Everything that I know everybody's like, oh, this was the best season. This shit was too much. It was fucking too much. So Michael goes over to Chris and tells him to control his wife. I don't know anywhere in the world a man would accept another man that he don't fuck with coming on his back, coming off his back to tell him to control your wife. Nigga, what the fuck? And who are you talking to? And then he said, who are you talking to? Michael says, you need to shut the fuck up and listen. You don't talk to me like that, nigga. I don't fuck with you like that at all. Don't talk to me like that. Don't approach me like that. None of that. Chris turns around and starts pushing Michael in his chest back and says, hold up, like, get back from me. I don't know. I guess Candiace and Chris decided to leave because I don't know why Michael wasn't kicked out. And you know what Michael did? He did what white people do. They are the aggressor and then the victim. As soon as the person turns around and confronts them, now they're the victim, which ironically is what Michael said Candiace was in the scene with him and his little child. I don't say nothing about it. And then Ashley starts yelling, "You're going to jail. You're going to jail. You're going to jail. You're going to jail, man." Laughing. And you saw he looked so evil, like he was laughing and lying at the same time. Like, you're going to jail. First of all, you pulling a white man on a white man. So I don't know how that's going to work. And now you go to the other room and you want your mic taken off. And then you call these people low-life guys. Who are you talking about, Michael? I have a business. I should be respected. And these guys are touching me and they're violating me and I'm disgusted. I imagine that's how people felt when you were violating them. Disgusted. Even though that's not what happened here. He's pushing security. Ashley is yelling at him. Candiace and Kristen gone. They left. Michael's still turning up at the party. I guess that's Candiace's fault too. The end of the episode. Okay, so basically with the fight, the way that the courts looked at it was just another reality television show fight. And so they dropped the charges. Basically, the courts is like, girl, this is what you signed up for. And that's sad too, because that's kind of speaks to the culture that we have lended to, is that if somebody snaps on the set of these reality shows, it's just going to look like a fight between two people. Like, okay, well, y'all was just fighting.
And the court decided that this was not an attack. This was a mutually consented fight. And
I don't know what mutually consented fight means, but it sounds stupid.
Go off. Both complaints. You're not going to send me to jail because you're embarrassed because you got dragged when you asked to get dragged.
When I saw that, I was so disgusted with Monique, because to me, it's not a flex to say,
send me to jail because you're embarrassed because you got dragged when you asked to get dragged.
When she said that, I was like, you're just a trained animal. So I can say, drag me, Monique, and you're just going to obey? You sound stupid as hell. But stand in your shit, girl. Stand in your shit. You got your little trapper keeper, you got your little sticker binder together with your colored tabs and everything. Miss, I'm so busy. So we're going to see at the reunion what's going to happen with this binder, if it actually has anything in it. Because we know how at reunions, when they come with envelopes and binders and shit, we never see what's in the actual envelope.
And they felt that they didn't need to pursue it because it just looked like reality TV fodder. It makes me angry to know that I was betrayed.
It makes me angry to know that that's the courts is looking at it like, y'all on a reality show. This is what you expect. But you know, that's what it is, y'all. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. I'm so glad this shit is over.